Hello, my wonderful people, viewers and subscribers. Ipob Nigeria don't provoke. They don't provoke. Give the what they used to call them, all this commissioner of police, Imo State, over the what they call them the statement they issued concerning the 28 or 30 days they sit at home order by the Brgie, that's the Biafra Republic government in exile, and the Prime Minister Simon Ekpa ordered. That started from 28th of August, which is this month. I think today marks the end of August, which is the 31st. So the exercise started on the 28th of August and is going to last till 26th of September, which is 2024. So make on see waiting our people they talk here. Imo State is stop behaving like an hostage. Call the criminals that issued the threat by their names. Ipob Nigeria's Lambs Police Commissioner say in the talk Nyanyampo. And according to this one, he said Labidia reject Super Eagles coaching job. This guy don't come see say man na okwa na ọ chọrọ ịbịa aghọrọ na Nigeria na mkpụrụ adịghị n'ime. The man took to his head say no they work say make them go find a coach where they go use suffocation of non-payment of salary to hold down. We have endured enough times. So Senate leader Bamidele Okpeyemi vows legal action against blackmailers. While we celebrate Beach's exit, DSS officers came out to lament. Ngwa, make on hear the news in details. Please like, share, comment, and make sure you subscribe to my channel because there's no time to take time. The indigenous people of Biafra, Ipob, has denied reports of imposing a 1-month lockdown on workers in Imo State. In other words, so why these people are doing this is they just want to sabotage the movement of Simon Ekpa, trying to hold the so-called government of the day at ransom to do the needful. In other words, they want President Nnamdi Kanu to be released and let them perform all that duty that they're supposed to perform before the coming of Biafrans. So now the Ipob Nigeria and autopilot, which is the Biafra Republic government in exile in a Loggerheads. This one will issue a statement, another one will counter it. That is what we are. This one is a counter issuing of statements, and this one is a lack of understanding is what causes it. Everybody, every section of this struggle is working for one thing, that is for the independence of Biafra. But I know say some people are not working towards that. Some people are out doing it for their own selfish interests. The group was responding to report that the Imo State Police Commissioner Aboki Danjuma claimed that he issued a threat to shut down the state workers' secretariat for 1 month. Speaking on Friday via a statement by his spokesperson or spokesman, Imam Powerful, Ipob asked the police commissioner to provide evidence backing his allegation. Powerful noted that Finland-based Biafra agitator Simon Ekpa threatened a 30-day lockdown, not Ipob. He said the noble family and movement of the indigenous people of Biafra, Ipob, led by the great and indomitable leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, cautioned the Imo State Police Commissioner Alhaji Aboki Danjuma to stop misinforming the Imo workers that Ipob issued a threat to Imo State workers. Dear Aboki Commissioner, stop behaving like an ostrich and call the criminals that issued the threats by their names. So Simon Ekpa now is the criminal, according to Ipob Nigeria. For public records, Ipob did not issue any threat and will never issue any threat to our people. Ipob can never impose any hardship on our people by issuing a 1-month lockdown. Ipob are the people and the people are Ipob. Therefore, we cannot punish ourselves. Biafrans should ignore the Aboki Commissioner as Ipob never threatened Imo State workers or Biafran workers. We challenge the Aboki Commissioner to provide evidence where Ipob threatened the Imo State workers. However, the purported threat is coming from the Nigerian government agent in Finland. He publicly threatened Biafran workers through his social media handle. He claimed he has imposed an impossible 1-month lockdown and threatened to attack Nigerian security and government establishments. Why do the Nigerian propagandist government and its murderous security police refuse to call their double agent and his criminal gang by their names? Is it not obvious that the government and the criminal gang led by the Ipob in Finland are working together? The Nigerian government and its murderous security forces are the sponsors of insecurity in the southeast. We know that for a very long time. The Nigerian government imported and sponsored terrorists that have become epidemic in the north to make Goodluck's government ungovernable. The same way they are sponsoring and grooming criminals in the east to blackmail Ipob. We call on Ndi Igbo to be very sensible and careful, not allow the sponsor criminals hiding under Biafra agitation to be used to destabilize Ali Igbo. Only Nigerian criminal agents will threaten Ndi Igbo with a 30-day lockdown in this cruel economic hardship of Tinubu's government. The Nigerian government and its notorious security agencies are doing all they can to make Biafrans hate Ipob through senseless blackmail. Unfortunately, no one hates himself as Ipob are the people, and the people are Ipob. The Nigerian government should deal with that. As we call on Ndi Igbo and Imo state workers to disregard the Aboki Commissioner propaganda, we also call on Ndi Igbo to disregard any purported 1-month lockdown from the government agent. Labadia rejects Zoo's Super Eagles coaching job. The newly appointed manager of the Super Eagles, Bruno Labadia, has declined the position. This shocking event happened just under 2 weeks before the important Africa Cup of Nations qualifying matches against Benin and Rwanda, as the German publication Kicker reported. Countries don't reject Zoo now. Countries don't reject them. Very soon now, you will see that no any foreigner will even agree to work in any of their companies. Nigerian news recall that the Nigerian Football Federation (NFF) had an earlier announced Labadia's appointment, designating him as the replacement for Finidi George, who stepped down in May. Bruno Labadia will be the 37th head coach of the Super Eagles. The NFF confirms an agreement with the German coach to lead the senior national team, the NFF statements read. However, with only a few days remaining until he was set to assume his role, the NFF may have acted prematurely. Of course, they know because the NFF chairman himself don't know anything about football. He is not there on merit, but because he is there because he knows somebody where they, or we know somebody who knows somebody where they on top. Report from Kicker indicated that while the financing aspects were mainly agreed upon, significant organizational matters were still pending, ultimately leading to Labadia's decision to decline the offer. The source familiar with the negotiations disclosed that the talks between the former Stuttgart coach and the NFF commenced last weekend and initially appeared promising. Nevertheless, despite the federation's assertions, Labadia never proved a formal commitment or signed any agreement or whatsoever. The German coach was reportedly attracted to the job's sporting prospects, but the unresolved issues ultimately became the deal breaker. The NFF must now seek a new manager before the African Cup of Nations qualifier begins in September. Prior to Labadia's announcement, there was speculation that the former coach, Osine Guavon, might temporarily take over. Additionally, another former Super Eagles coach and international player, Samson Siasia, who recently completed a 5-year ban from football, was also considered as a potential interim solution. In the meantime, the NFF has summoned 23 players for the upcoming qualifiers, including Napoli striker Victor Osimhen, Nottingham Forest forward Taiwo Awoniyi, and the stand-in captain William Trust Ekong, all of whom are returning to the squad after extended injuries absence. We have endured enough of this. Senate leader vows legal actions against their blackmailers. The Senate leader Opeyemi Bamidele has warned that he will no longer condone efforts by some individuals to blackmail him and tarnish the image of the Senate and its leadership. The lawmaker gave the warning while reacting to a purported petition against him. Speaking via a statement by his Directorate of Media and Public Affairs, Bamidele condemned the recent efforts to undermine public trust in the National Assembly, stating that he will take legal actions against such blackmailers. The statement noted that the latest incident involved a petition allegedly addressed to the chairman of the Independent Corrupt Practices and Other Related Offences Commission, Dr. Musa Adamu Aliyu, SAN. The petition, purportedly signed by David Udo, convener of Public Procurement Transparency Group, accuses Bamidele of pressuring the Chief Executive Officer of the Rural Electrification Agency, Abba Abubakar, to award contracts to companies linked to the senator in violation of the Public Procurement Act of 2007. The Senate leader's office swiftly dismissed the allegations as baseless and unsupported by any credible evidence. Also, REA issued a statement refuting the claims, asserting that its management had never been pressured to compromise the integrity of its procurement processes. REA emphasized its commitment to transparency, fairness, and adherence to the due process in all its activities. The statement reads partly, preliminary investigations reveal that the Public Procurement Transparency Group is not registered with the Corporate Affairs Commission and that its convener, David Udo, is untraceable with a non-functional phone contact. Additionally, it was confirmed that no petition had been submitted to the ICPC by the group. We have endured enough of these baseless accusations and will no longer tolerate such infractions. Henceforth, we shall address these issues within the confines of the law, and anyone found culpable will face the full wrath of the law. Last but not the least, while the DSS are celebrating their August exit, officers came out to openly discuss the matter. The recent resignation of Yusuf Bichi as the Director General of the Department of State Service, DSS has stirred reactions within the agency. Many DSS officers who requested anonymity expressed relief, describing Bichi's exit as a freedom from unprofessionalism. These DSS officers highlighted several allegations of misconduct during Bichi's tenure, particularly pointing to the undue interference in the service operations by his family members, specifically his wife and son, Yusuf Bichi Jr. The officers claimed that this interference compromised the professional integrity of the agency. In the wake of Bichi's resignation, a video emerged online showing some DSS staff members allegedly celebrating his departure. The video quickly circulated on social media, sparking further discussions. However, an ex-user, Sanusi Jibrin, proved a different context for the video, stating that it was recorded at the DSS office in Kogi State. According to the Jibrin, the celebration was not related to Bichi's resignation but was in the honor of appointment of Adeola Ajayi as the new DSS Director General. Ajayi had previously served as a director at the Kogi State Command, making his appointment a moment of pride for the local staff. A DSS officer, however, said personnel of the agency were happy with Bichi's removal. He said, "We believed his regime was a punishment for us. He impeded the career advancement of many officers by extending the service years of those due to retire. Some senior officers who were due for retirement in 2021 and 2022 were retained in the service till death." Another officer alleged that Bichi was indifferent to the welfare of its workers. The officer said the federal government increased our salary by 40%, but there was no implementation. We were earning more than the police before, but the police are now earning more than us because they implemented their 40% increment. However, there was a proposal to increase our salary by 25% this year, but it has yet to be realized. Speaking on the recruitment of personnel Another secret agent described Bichi's recruitment as nepotistic. He further stated that Bichi's recruitment were arbitrary and lopsided. 3 different training seasons have been conducted. For some people, we don't even know when they were recruited this year alone. Most of the newly recruited personnel are Northerners. His first recruitment in 2019 brought in either 420 or 450 persons from Bichi local government area in Kano alone. In the history of the service, 450 people was the maximum recruitment we ever had before Bichi, but he recruited 1,000 personnel at once. There was no Southerner among the national directors and deputy directors at the headquarters until January this year, when he was directed by the presidency following a petition. His wife's another issue. She abused her husband's office. His son too was power drunk. Just 2 weeks ago, his wife slapped a DSS director in a northern state. She also slapped at least 2 deputy directors at airports. The executive director of the Center for Anti-Corruption and Open Leadership, Debo Adeniran, stated that the alleged celebration of Bichi's resignation by some staff members did not necessarily mean he was a good or bad leader. According to him, workers do not like disciplined bosses who insist that everybody should do the right thing and reject corruption. He said, I'm not saying the former DG is good, because we could see a lot of loopholes in intelligence gathering and security issues. That staff and colleagues are celebrating his exit is either here nor there. It could be that he is very, very strict, or it could be that he has not been taking care of their welfare and whatever. It could also be that he didn't allow them to do their work the way they wanted to do it. And maybe his exit will allow them to prove their method, that they could work better than they were doing under him. So my good people, when I don't hear Ramona here, we go take back Brgie. Please make a like, share, comment, and make sure to keep subscribing to my channel for more interesting videos coming your way. My name is Siriman Amandia Neze. I'm reporting live from the platform of Okute Daily Talk, where we always put you the undiluted truth of everything you need to know. Once again, happy weekend, happy Saturday. It shall be well with each and every one of us. So, my people, now here we go take back break. We are coming back again with another Ubonga news that will gladden your heart. Rest assured that you must surely receive whatever you spend as data as we move on. So, have a nice day. Kemesiano.